The Prophet did not just warn us that Dajjal is coming. He described him in detail, physical detail that you could recognize if you stood in front of him. He described the eye, the body, the hair, even a word written on his forehead that every believer will be able to read, regardless of whether they are literate or not. And yet, most Muslims today could not tell you what that word is, what his eye looks like, or why the right side of his face is the single most important sign you need to know. In the next 10 minutes, we are going to go through every authentic narration about the appearance and nature of Dajjal, not from speculation, not from culture, but from the direct words of the Prophet as recorded in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and other trusted collections. Pay close attention. The Prophet said that no tribulation from the creation of Adam until the day of judgment will be greater than the trial of Dajjal. That is not a metaphor, that is a warning. So who is Dajjal? The word Dajjal comes from the Arabic root meaning to deceive, to cover, to smear. He is not just a man. He is the greatest deceiver in human history, a figure who will appear near the end of times and claim, first to be a prophet and then to be God himself. In Sahih Muslim, the Prophet said that there is no tribulation on the face of the earth, from the time Adam was created until the hour is established, that is greater than the tribulation of Dajjal. He is mentioned in Hadith literature extensively. The Prophet warned his companions about Dajjal so frequently that Umar ibn al-Khattab once thought the Prophet was describing a man living in their own time. Every prophet before Muhammad warned their people about Dajjal. This is recorded in Sahih Bukhari. The Prophet stated clearly that there is no prophet who did not warn his nation about this one-eyed deceiver. But what does he actually look like? The physical description. Let us go through every physical detail narrated authentically, piece by piece. The eye. This is the most repeated and most important feature. In Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet said, Dajjal is one-eyed. In another narration recorded in Sahih Muslim, he described the right eye of Dajjal as being like a floating grape, protruding, dull and without sight. Some narrations describe it as having no light in it, like a pale, milky, blind eye sitting forward in the socket. The left eye, however, is functional. This is critical. The Prophet specifically said Dajjal is one-eyed, and that Allah is not one-eyed. This distinction was given as a sign, so that no one could ever mistake Dajjal for the divine. Allah is perfect without defect. Dajjal is marked by defect. The body. He is described in various narrations as a young man, stocky, strongly built with reddish complexion. Some narrations describe him as having curly, thick hair. He is not described as monstrous in appearance. He looks human, approachable. This is part of the deception. He does not arrive looking like a demon. He arrives looking like a man. The word on his forehead. In Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet said that written between the eyes of Dajjal will be the letters Kafir, Kafir, meaning disbeliever. In Sahih Muslim, the Prophet added something remarkable. Every believer will be able to read it, whether they are literate or not. The chain. There is a narration in Sahih Muslim from the account of Tamim al-Dari, a companion who encountered on a sea voyage a creature chained on an island. The creature asked about the Prophet, about the palm trees of Basin, about the lake of Tiberias, and about the spring of Zughar. Scholars of Hadith have discussed this narration extensively, and many, including Ibn Kathir, considered it authentic and understood it as indicating that Dajjal is currently in a state of confinement, chained, waiting on an island until Allah permits his release. The deception and the miracles. Understanding the appearance of Dajjal is only part of the picture. The greater danger is what he will do with that appearance. He will come with what resembles paradise and what resembles hellfire. In Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet told us his paradise is actually hellfire, and his hellfire is actually paradise. This is not symbolic. He will have a physical garden that appears lush and beautiful, and it will be the fire. He will have what appears to be flames, and they will be cool water. The believer, the Prophet said, should throw themselves into what looks like fire, because it will in reality be relief. He will command the sky and rain will fall. He will command the earth and crops will grow. He will pass by a land, order it to bring out its treasures, and minerals will follow him like a swarm of bees. In Sahih Muslim, the Prophet described Dajjal passing by a man, a true believer, and killing him, then bringing him back to life. The believer will stand up saying, by Allah, I am now more certain than ever that you are the Dajjal the Prophet described. After that moment, Dajjal will try to kill him again and will be unable to. All of this is a test. The Prophet said that whoever memorizes the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf will be protected from the trials of Dajjal. The Quran in Surah Al-Kahf tells the story of a group of young men who fled the deception of the world and took refuge in their Lord. The parallel is deliberate. Where he will go and where he cannot, Dajjal will travel the entire earth. He will not leave a single city, a single village, or a single people without entering them, except for 2 places. In Sahih Bukhari, the Prophet stated clearly, Dajjal will not enter Mecca or Medina. The angels stand guard at every entrance. He will stop at the outskirts and will never be permitted inside. This is why the scholars across generations have emphasized that being near these 2 cities during the end of times carries immense protection. He will begin his journey from the east. Narrations in Sahih Muslim indicate he emerges from Khorasan, a region covering parts of modern Iran, Afghanistan and Central Asia, followed by 70,000 people from among a certain group. Their heads covered, he will spread across the earth rapidly. The Prophet said his time on earth will be 40 days, but the first of those days will be as long as a year, the second as long as a month. In Sahih Muslim, it is narrated that Isa, son of Maryam, will descend at the white minaret east of Damascus, place his hands on the wings of 2 angels, and when he lowers his head, drops of water will fall from it. He will pursue Dajjal and catch him at the gate of Lud, a location in modern-day Palestine. He will kill him there. The sword of Isa will end the greatest trial in human history. The Prophet said that after Dajjal is killed, every Jew and Christian who was following him will hear his death and turn away. Every tree, every rock behind which a follower of Dajjal is hiding will call out, except one tree, and say, "There is a disbeliever behind me, come and kill him." The era of Dajjal ends at Lud, and with it, a chapter of the end of times closes. The Prophet gave us everything we need. The description, the signs, the protection, the ending. Memorize the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf. Seek refuge in Allah from the trial of Dajjal in your prayers. The Prophet made this a regular practice. And know the signs so well that when the time comes, your heart recognizes what your eyes are seeing. The Prophet did not warn us about Dajjal to create fear. He warned us to create preparation. May Allah protect every one of us and our families from the greatest tribulation this earth will ever see. If this video reached you, it reached you for a reason. Share it, someone in your life needs to hear this.